Merry, merry, merry.
Merry.
Ho, 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 and all that.
Not working today, even better.
Absolutely. Well, I was working last night as soon as I got back from work. And my sister called upon me for a favour to pretend to be Santa.
Nice. Yeah.
Um, and I've never made Santa sound so posh. Literally, I don't know where it came from. I had the ho, ho, ho and all that, but it was the poshest person you've ever can think of. I sounded like him.
Oh, I love it. Well, I've got to admit, this is the only time of year anybody can get away with wearing red and white in my household. So I apologise for anyone offended by my headwear choice today. But, you know, kind of have to do these things, don't we, sometimes, when we don't want to.
Absolutely. It's just a shame most things are red.
We've got a few things to talk about, haven't we, pal? We've got an Arsenal hammer in to talk about. We've got a game against Newcastle to talk about. They're coming thick and fast. We've also got a Carabao Cup draw against United for a semi-final to talk about as well. Where do you want to start? Should we start off with Newcastle?
Wow, you can do, yeah, yeah.
Oh, actually, no. What am I talking about? We'll go with
Postman.
Arsenal. We'll go with Arsenal,
Yeah.
and then we go from there. So listen, it looked really impressive. It was a well-deserved. This is Dimmy Edding actually. Oh wait, I wish I had these golden locks to brush out the way. It looked a really impressive win. One of our admins was commenting about Phil Foden not being in the match, and lo and behold, scores an absolute belt of a little flick over the keeper. Their keeper's spoons went into the back of net. Thank you very much, whoever you are. But he looked young, didn't he? Felt a bit sorry for their keeper when that went in. As an old goalkeeper myself, it was a bit painful to watch. But hey, Sodom, they're out, we're in. Pep's not sacked Arteta just yet. So, how do you think the game went, pal?
Um, See, I've spoken to a few friends of mine about the game, and we all seem to come to the same conclusion. It was one of them games. Yes, the result was brilliant, but it was one of them games that you could hardly get into. You know, you can really say, "Oh, this is a great game. We're well on top here." First half was just throughout the whole 90 minutes. Of course, City were well on top, but I don't know. The first half, we just couldn't really get into it. As soon as the second half came along, we were free flowing and absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
But I can't really sum up the first half. But yeah, it was great to see. I've given Foden a little bit of criticism recently, and it was great. That finish for his goal was absolutely fantastic. You know, I don't think that gets enough credit that's been spoken about it. The level and power and finesse on it was world class. It really was, and it's nice to see him coming back into it. Stefan, couple of great saves.
Yes.
He looks to be a good. We seem to have a good rhythm at the moment, having second choice keepers that are good with the hands, despite being awful first choice keepers. But it was a good game. Cancelo, there's another one. He looked like he belonged in that City team for the past 10 years. And of course, we must give a shout out to him. He loves his Big Macs.
Don't he just? One of our admins served Cancelo and his friend a Big Mac meal at the McDonald's drive-thru. I don't know where it was in Manchester, but he was well happy and got a selfie with him, which is great. That's amazing. I hope Pep knows that he's eating junk food. To be fair, he deserved it after the game.
Who's that say?
He deserved it after the game he had.
He did. He was so composed and so settled. And some of the tackles he was making was brilliant. Yeah. Absolutely brilliant. We never really got to fifth gear throughout the whole game for me. We rarely got out of third, but we didn't need to. I know we're talking about Arsenal here, one of the greatest teams in Premier League history. They're a shadow of any good team at the moment, aren't they?
We just absolutely piled the misery on for them. I thought we were ruthless in front of goal. That goal by Jesus within 2 minutes really just set the. And listen, me and you have got this little bet going about Zinchenko and starting. What a ball by Zinchenko!
Yeah,
keeper should have done better though. Keeper and their defence should have done better, but he has to be put it in the right place, and Gabby had to be in the right place at the right time. So you can only score the chances you're given. So fair play to the lads for putting it away. I'm really happy Laporte scored. I'm really happy. He kind of did his fingers in his ear thing, didn't he? As to say, listen, I'm not listening to what everyone's saying. I'm doing my stuff today. So he looked really happy with that.
And he didn't really put a foot wrong. He had a quietish game in terms of a defender, but when he was called upon, he did well. I suppose it's only his second start in 9 games.
Yeah.
That for a player that we heavily depended on last year when he was back fit, That's unheard of so far. But at the same time, Stones and Ruben Diaz that night as well. Ruben Diaz was solid as a rock,
Brilliant, wasn't
absolutely brilliant. And shout out to me again. I got it right.
it?
He's just.
Oh, well, you fall lucky every once in a while, so fair play to you, pal. I can't argue with that. And it's a funny one, isn't it? Because everyone was saying, it was after the United game, and obviously we got quite lucky with no VAR because one of our goals was offside.
And that was the Foden goal, wasn't
that
it?
was the Foden goal, obviously, and that worked really well. But with where we're going at the moment, we needed that result. We really needed that result. Arsenal, we've put Arsenal to the sword quite a few times in the last 5 or 6 years. So it's just nice to have and cemented another opportunity where we could have just actually say, no, actually we're in charge of this game. So we leave that now, don't we? And Mahrez got man of the match, which is a massive bone of contention on social media. And it's a tough one. That. What's your thoughts on Mahrez and did he deserve man of the match in your eyes?
If I'm honest, there wasn't. For me, he wasn't man of the match. But at the same time, I couldn't really pick one. There wasn't any standout performances. The team just had a good, consistent game. But if it gives Mahrez a bit of confidence going into the next game, hopefully that'll work. I mean, we are now talking about City's City's Player of the Year somehow.
I'm not sure where those votes have come from.
A lot of Algerian fans, unfortunately, because don't get me wrong, he's had a good start to the year. I think he is still our top scorer so far in all competitions this year.
Yeah.
Last season, I'm not sure he was the best player on the pitch. I still think De Bruyne should have been it. But credit due where it needs to be due. He has had a good start to the season. He's had a lot of criticism. For me, he's transformed his game a little bit. He's a lot more passive, but a lot in that game. He was going back to his. You could see it going to happen before it happened type thing. He got it in.
Telegraphed a lot, didn't he?
Yeah. Knocked it onto his left foot and had a shot, and 9 times out of 10 it had a block. Credit to him, he hit the free kick on target, but the keeper should have been parrying that away. Yes, it had a lot of power on it, but you get both hands behind a ball like that, it shouldn't go in the back of the net. So Mahrez was lucky in that aspect, but it's a goal. Got to give it credit.
Hey, listen, goal's a goal. I don't care if it goes off someone's backside. If it goes in the back of the net and it gives us a result, I'm happy with it. Wasn't it nice to watch a City game where we had more possession, more shots on target, and actually a high-scoring game rather than just the one. It's actually nice to see those goals being converted. I think we had 13 shots on target. Give me 2 seconds. No, that's a lie. We had 13 shots and 7 on target. So we scored 4 from 7. So I'm quite happy with that.
Clinical.
Is their keeper at fault? Potentially. Definitely for the free kick he was. But, like we say, we've got to score the goals, mate. We've got to put the ball in the net, haven't we, for these chances?
It was a lot more of a clinical performance. That first goal from Jesus, I think that was just... Arsenal couldn't do any better, really. Zinchenko maybe could have been man-marked a bit better, stop the cross coming in, but you told as a defender to get goal side of the attacker. I can't remember who was marking Jesus, but he did. The keeper maybe should have spread himself a little bit more, but in the end, that was just a good goal. But from there onwards, we were just dominant in terms of attack. We seemed a lot more aggressive, which was nice to see. We weren't just dropping back when particularly was it Rodri when he went in for a challenge, or Fernandinho, I can't remember which one it was. When one of them two went in for the challenge, they went in for the challenge. It wasn't just pussyfooting about side to side, maybe going for a little niggle and draw the foul. It was, I'm going in, I'm winning the ball and starting to attack here. And we have lacked that. We've lacked that aggression, so to speak. And we're just clinical on it as well. And nice to see. Like you said earlier on, we needed it. We needed it big style, get a few goals under our belts and hopefully push on and score a few more in the next round.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about the... We'll segue nicely into the draw for the next round, because obviously we've got United. They got a 1-0 win last night against Everton, did it in the 88th minute with Cavani scored.
2-0.
Was it 2-0? I turned off at 1.
Yeah. I was close too.
Yeah, just can't be bothered watching United anymore, pal. I used to like watching them get beat, but now it's just I've just not got time. I've only got time for my one love, my one true love, City. Don't let my wife hear that. Or kids.
Saying that way.
But yeah, we've got United. You know, we've not had the best of results against United. The last couple of games we've had against them. The last game, God, it's boring. I hear the NHS are using that to help put people to sleep. The last derby.
Well, they've run out of Gundogan, so of course they have to use it.
It can't be any worse than that game, can it? We have to go for the throats with him. We're going to play Stefan again. I think we need to accept Stefan's going to play. It's going to be a changed team from the regular lineup, but we've got to go for him.
He deserves it. He's not put a foot wrong in the games he's played.
Yeah.
He's been solid. He's been commanding. He's been very vocal, which hasn't been picked up on. We tend to have keepers that have been quiet since Joe Hart, but he seems to be very vocal. And every right he should start. He should play the next. Well, he should play every cup game.
I think he will now. He will now, won't he?
I don't think Pep's the Mancini style where he feels like Joe Hart would have been better than Pantilimon. I don't think that even if Stefan does a howler in the semi-final against United, but somehow we get to the final, touch wood, I still don't think he'll be that type of manager to drop Stefan, keep a bit of consistency going in that back line. But yeah, I'm gunning for it. I mean, I would have preferred him in the final and beat him in the final, of course, but hey, if we get him in the semi-final and we beat him again like we did in the FA Cup all them years ago and get to the final and it has the same trajectory, that word, we'll be hopefully bringing home another trophy.
It's funny, isn't it? I'd rather get beat by them in the final than in the semi-final than in the final.
Because at least we know we got there.
Yeah. It's funny one, isn't it? It's do you know what part of me thinks? I'd rather get beat by them in the semi-final, then it's not as much of a heartache.
The part of me though is completely against it.
Come on,
I was going to say, part of me is I don't want to get beaten by him at all, no matter what round it is, just as long as we win.
Let's be having you. We play him in 2 weeks. We play him in 2 weeks. For 13 days we play him in. 6th of December, 6th of January, 7:45 kickoff. Come on, Blue Boys. Let's give them an absolute spanking. I think the game will be completely different. I think it'll be free flowing. I hope so.
But it's a game that we can put all our energy into because the final's not until April. So it means we can just put all our energy into that semi-final, hopefully get through to the final and concentrate on the league and rack a few more points up in the league before we have to worry about the final, which is it's nice that the EFL's recognised the tight congestions of all the cup games on top. Because they get battered, and quite rightly so. The fixture congestion's atrocious this year.
Bonkers,
but it's nice that they're moving some of the rounds around to, be easier on the teams.
Yeah, it's absolutely bonkers. Chris Fons, how you doing, Chris? Listen, just want to give a couple of shouts out. Merry Christmas, James Taylor, Lloyd Samuels, Chris Fons. Hello, hope everyone's all right. Chris has asked, when's the next live? Now, Chris, this is a tricky one. The definite 100% live is going to be against Everton. I assume you're talking about live commentaries. Definitely against Everton because we've got an Everton fan coming on to have the game with us, which should be interesting. Did I tell you that, Dan?
You mentioned it briefly, yeah.
Because he's a good lad. A good lad is Rich, and he knows Everton. He knows football.
Is he your drunken 2 o'clock in the morning, pal?
Yes,
God help us.
Yes, he is. And it's going to be one of those where we're 4 pints in. The rule is we need to be 4 pints in before we start doing the commentary. So it could be a messy one, that, to be fair. The rule that applies for you as well, Dan.
4 pints and I'm passed out.
So I hope that's the question. But we're talking about Boxing Day. I have my kids on Boxing Day, and I very much doubt I'll be doing a live that day, live commentary. If I am, that means they've gone to bed early, and I don't think that's going to happen on Boxing Day, to be honest. So hold this space for live commentary. I don't know about you, what your plans are, but I don't think you're doing the one on Boxing Day, are you?
No, I think the next live will be Everton because it's the 27th, isn't it? We play Everton. It's not Boxing Day. We don't play Boxing Day this year.
Eh?
I'm sure we don't play Boxing Day this year.
Sure,
it's 27th.
Yeah, 26th we play Newcastle. And then the 28th we play Everton. The 28th is a Monday night.
Oh, well, I'll be live for Newcastle then.
What, for Boxing Day?
Yeah, I'll be up for it.
Heard it here first, everybody. Yes. Saturday 26, 8 o'clock kickoff, Boxing Day. If my kids are asleep early, I'll come on and join you, pal. I'll be up for a bit of that after a couple of drinks. And then,
A few drinks in.
the thing is, it's 2 days later we play Everton, which is a bit off. But Everton play at the same time on Boxing Day as well, so we've both got the same amount of time to go into this.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the Newcastle game for a little bit. We'll kind of move on against United because we all know we'll do a proper show on the semi-final because we want to give them an absolute spanking, and they deserve one. And so we got Newcastle. The next game is on Boxing Day. I used to love Boxing Day football, but when it was at 3 o'clock kickoff. 3 o'clock kickoff on Boxing Day was brilliant. Finish all playing with your toys, loads of chocolate and food left over. Feel sick for a couple of hours, a few drinks, get in the car, go to the match with my dad and family. And then hopefully Seals win, but normally never always win at 3 o'clock. But now this is 8 o'clock kick on Boxing Day. It's rubbish, that. I don't like that.
I kind of prefer that. Obviously not this year because everyone's plans are out the window. But I normally go to my grandparents on Boxing Day.
Yeah.
And all the 3 p.m. kickoffs are where we start saying bye-bye and get in the car.
Oh, you've gone quiet. Dan, you've gone quiet, mate. Well, Dan's gone quiet. I don't know if he can hear us or not. It might be a signal issue there. Bit of a shout out to Jane Truin. Hiya, Jane. Wishing all Blues happy Christmas. Importantly, our admin team and our players the best Christmas manageable under the circumstances. Yeah, it's a bit of a rubbish situation. Dan, let us know when you can start hearing me again. There you go. Well, that sounds good.
I can hear you.
Yeah,
can you hear me?
Yeah, there we go. Pal.
There we go. Cracking. Where was I?
Grandparents. Finish leaving your
grandparents. Right. Normally go to my grandparents on Boxing Day, and we always stay for the first half. But then this is before I could drive, so every time we had to leave, it was on my mum's account, and that was always at half time. We had about half an hour to 3/4 of an hour journey back home, and me and my stepdad used to hate it because we're both diehard City fans, and we live in York, so there's no chance of us getting over to Manchester to watch the game, let alone get tickets. And there's one particular year that puts me off Boxing Day matches, and that's the 2-2 draw against West Brom. If you remember that a few years ago, about 6 years ago, I think now. And since then, I've not been able to enjoy a Boxing Day game. I can never remember another result on a Boxing Day match. I don't know who the teams we played in the Boxing Day matches. Never remember him. But for some reason, that's the only game I remember. I think that was the only time I was sober on Boxing Day.
Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. How do you think we're going to get on against Newcastle? We should beat them. There should be no excuses for putting a couple past Newcastle.
See, say that, but they've got to come back from a pretty dire performance against Brentford. A lot of fans gave Steve Bruce a bit of stick. Undeservedly, I'd say. Steve Bruce has got Newcastle to a point where a lot of Newcastle fans, I think, have been a bit ungrateful. They're not a team that's going to be challenging for trophies. They got to the quarterfinals, albeit went out to Brentford, but Brentford are a good team. And they're not underachieving in the league. And I think the way we've started this season, I think we've got to be wary as well. But we nick an early goal, I think that'll leave them restless. As long as we can keep Callum Wilson at bay, I think we'll have a really good chance at battering them, not just winning, battering them.
I'm looking for, what I'm expecting is a solid back four, 0-0. Sorry.
0-0? That's a solid back four, right?
I've had 3 sips. Bloody hell. Solid back four, not concede, and as soon as we get 1 goal, we'll get a couple, and we'll just brush them to one side. That's fully what I'm expecting from this game.
Yeah, and absolutely.
If it comes through, fantastic. We shouldn't be worried about them. Everything on paper says we should not be worried about this Newcastle team, and that worries me because I'm like with superstitions and stuff like that. But it's we should be beating them, mate. We've got to be beating them, haven't we? We've got to be happy on Boxing Day after all.
It's one of them fixtures where it's either going to be an all-out 5-0, 4-5-0 scoreline, or it's going to be the most cagey 1-0 win or loss or whatever. It's never a draw against Newcastle in my eyes, other than last year. It's one or the other. You either got a cagey affair with one team just nicking it, or you've got a battering.
So where we stand at the minute, Newcastle are in 12th position, played 13 games on 18 points. They've lost, won, lost and drawn. City's is marginally better. Played 13 on 23 points. 1-1, drawn, 1. So we need another win there, don't we? Need another W, please.
Yeah,
Big green
absolutely.
W from there on. And I can't give us your score prediction, pal. What are you thinking?
Are we away or at home?
Don't know. Good question. Home. I hate this COVID thing, not being able to go to games. It sends me west with where we're playing. We're at home.
Home. Whoa, my brother's going to be watching this, and he's a Toon fan, so
Is he a Newcastle
5-0.
fan?
He's a Newcastle fan, yeah.
Get him on during the game.
Oh, he won't be up for that. He's scared of talking to 5 people, let alone 100,000. But no, just for his benefit, 5-0 City.
Lorraine Raxall. Hello, Lorraine. Hello, you and Derek are okay. She's going 5-0 City. Did you say 5-0?
I did, yeah.
Lorraine agrees with you, 5-0. Mike Warden. Hiya, Mike. Hope you're well. City beat Liverpool 1-0 at home many years ago on Boxing Day, I think it was. Unless it was sometime over the Christmas period. He's going for a 2-0 win to City. I don't do predictions, but I'm not worried about this game whatsoever. I'm expecting us to go in, clean sheet, Jesus goal. Do you know what we need? Do you know what we need from this game? We need Sterling. We need Sterling to be right at the races today. We need on God, I don't know what day is it. I don't know what day it is today. On Saturday. We need Sterling to be absolutely at the races for this game, going at it hammer and tongue. We need a couple of goals from Raheem this weekend to come in, which I'd be very, very, very happy with. But do you know what? Like I said before, I don't care. I don't care who scores, as long as we beat them.
Just as long as they win. Yeah, absolutely.
Just get that win, get that big W next to us, and we go from there. James Taylor's gone for a 1-0 City win. Really, I think we'll nick it, James. Oh, pal. Neil Horrell, 3-0 to City. That's the spirit, Neil. See, James, you should be listening to Neil. Let's go for threes.
I just want to give a shout out to James as well. Don't have your bloody City top on. I don't know if you've been following the lives, Tom.
Yes, James.
Whenever James wears a City top, we lose. Yes. So he's banned.
Bin it, please. Send it to Santa.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just put it away for a rainy day, pal. Absolutely. James Shrewin, I'm with you. Always fear teams we should easily beat on paper. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm fully expecting us to beat them, but part of me thinks to myself, do you know what? This could be 85th minute. They're camped in their box, and we're throwing absolutely everything at them after not attacking them for 80 minutes. A pep special of just doing nothing for 80 minutes, and all of a sudden like, oh, we need to score.
And that's what I mean, where it's either going to be an all-out scoreline or a cagey little 1-0 win away from somewhere. You know, it's either one or the other. I'm just hoping it's the battering.
This is the type of game where I wanted to see a Kyle Walker thunderbolt from the middle of nowhere. Absolute right peg, just like top corner, something like that. Would be top bins, like a wonder goal. It's
another game. I'm going to give a surprise shot. I'm going to get battered for it, I think. But for me, prime game for Mendy.
Yeah, I can see that.
A lot of space. You know, Newcastle a back 5. They have their fullbacks further up, which are playing against a back 3 in essence. If he gets around them, whipping a ball across with some men in there. Mendy, it's a Mendy game for me.
Oh, do you want some head-to-head stats?
Go on.
Right, City have won their last 11 Premier League home games against Newcastle. Oh, a club record run against any top-flight opponent. It is also Newcastle's longest sequence of league defeats against any one team. The City have won the last 11 games at home against Newcastle. Newcastle's most... I'm going to need to stop drinking. Crikey. Hang on a minute. Excuse me.
Stop drinking.
It's Christmas. It's 10 to
I've not even started yet.
It's 10 to 4. What are we doing? I'll be in bed by 10. By 7. Newcastle's most recent away league victory in this fixture came 20 years ago in September 2000. So the last time Newcastle beat us at home was 20 years ago. Crikey. City can maintain their Premier League record of scoring in 24 consecutive matches against one club. They have scored 61 goals in 23 games against the Magpies. 61 goals in 23 games. Oh, come on!
Averaging just under 2 a game now, isn't it? That's not a bad record.
That's the kind of vibe I need.
What is it? No. 3. I don't know. Is it? Yeah, 3, isn't it? Just averaging under 3.
We've had,
my maths is atrocious.
Who cares? It's Christmas. Neil Horrell, Aguero needs to start. Thoughts on Aguero starting, Dan?
No.
Not ready for it? Not ready for it yet?
Next, Newcastle and Everton, start him on the bench. I don't want to rush him back. If everyone wants Aguero to play, including myself, I love the lad. He's gone completely. His fitness is out the window. I'd rather him come on for a few cameo appearances, get a little bit of running, last few minutes when the defences are knackered, and then maybe nick a goal, get his confidence up, and then start playing him, especially against Newcastle and Everton.
That works for me. Heidi, how we doing, Heidi? Hope Foden starts. Yeah, me too, pal. I'd love to see Foden start again. Scotty Martin, happy Christmas. Merry Christmas, Scotty. Hope you're well, pal. James Taylor, no City shirt on game days now. I stick to wearing it the day after or day before.
Good lad. That's good lad.
James, out of curiosity, when did you last wear it before we played Arsenal? We kind of need to find the sequence of events here.
I think that was Spurs he wore it last. Spurs or Leicester. I know it was a loss because that's where it all came up on.
What shirt is it, James? We'll be doing a special soon about favourite City kits, which I'm really looking forward to doing. James, what City kit was it you're wearing, pal? Is it just any City kit, or is it just a particular one? Because if it's a particular one, you need to box that up until next season, pal. That needs to go on the wall somewhere or in a cupboard, darkened room.
See, with me, that's me out. I've only got one, and I'm obviously one of the younger generation of City fans, and that's the red and black one behind you.
Which one? This one.
The Etihad one. It was the brother was way before me.
This one.
Yeah. It's the one I wear on match days. The only reason that is because it's the away shirt when we battered it. Well, not battered when we. We battered Scum in it, didn't we? So that's the only love of it, But I'd be useless in that podcast because they've all been the Etihad style or the first advice or just Thomas Cook.
Do you know it's more of a case. The podcast is going to be there's going to be people on there who are younger than you as well, and it's just a case of your favourite shirt and why it's your favourite. So for me, one of my favourite shirts is that purple one. I only had a year or so wearing it. I was only young, but I don't know why I just like purple, and I don't know why it's just on my wall now. One of my favourite ones is a goalkeeper top, believe it or not. But I need to.
A lot of people have goalkeeper favourites. Yeah, I know a lot. I know a lot of people who love outfield players, but they only ever buy the goalkeeper strips every year.
Really?
Yeah.
Good.
Love them.
The Edison's goalkeeper top, the black one, is stunning. Absolutely stunning. I like all the kits from this year.
I like the going back in time. Joe Hart's black kit. Was it 2012-13 season?
With the gold trim. Oh, no,
just one.
Was it world trim?
Yeah. That was a beautiful goalkeeper's away kit. Because he wore. I think that might be the 2011-12 season. That one.
Can't remember.
Because he had the green one was his first choice. I'm sure the black one was second. But either way, that was a beautiful kit.
That's right. Well, this was only a quick live for everybody. Hope everyone's all right. We're gonna push on now and go and enjoy the festivities of Christmas. And by the sounds of it, you'll be seeing people on Boxing Day. And I think I sneak out too. I think I might as well. Don't tell me why.
You get the kids off to sleep.
Off to bed. Come on, you've seen Santa now. Off to sleep, please. Sit here, play.
Give them a bit of Bucks fizz, knock them out a bit, and then they.
For all we know, get Max in here. It's babysitting as well. Get him a little camp bed set up. Sit your kit on. Come on, pal. Come watch the game with me. Here's the iPad. Here's some chocolate. Crack on, bud.
Absolutely.
Do you know what? He'd probably prefer that than going to bed. I think any self-respecting 7-year-old would. Right, I'm waffling. I'm talking rubbish now. So I'm going to love you and leave you, mate. Happy Christmas. I will speak to you tomorrow.
Absolutely. I'm sure we'll all be through. And I'll just give a quick shout out before you wrap it up. Please. Happy Christmas to all Blues watching. And have a good one. Hope you stay safe and hope Santa brings you lots of goodies.
Absolutely. I hope Santa brings me 3 points on Boxing Day. That'll be that's the only present I want this year. 3 points, please. Have a good one, everybody. Happy Christmas, and we'll speak to you soon. Cheers, Dan. See you soon, pal.
All the best, mate. All the best, everyone.